Family. We are going into 2020 as icons, legends, fully established individuals, even more established into the next year. It's been such a glorious time being around y'all, having conversations about art, music, just overall the profit of helping the next man be better, so when the next life comes around, the person is better than what they were previous. And I really cannot express like how proud and how happy I am with all of you. I've grown and transcended several lives, and I'm so proud of each and every one of you. That's real shit. I want to talk about everything in regards to 2020, not just on my behalf, as well as the future as it is on a whole. So, from the beginning of January, I have releases that are scheduled to debut on YouTube, and it's a lot. I decided to go ahead and take this channel to a different level in terms of just me as an individual artist, you know what I'm saying, just as an individual, period. And I've decided to fully recount how I want myself, the label, my artists and stuff like that. I want my artists to be at a different level now. You know, we've had a lot of drawbacks as a whole this year, and as I said, it's I can't really explain. Like, it's not a bad thing, really. Personally, I don't look at it like that, but I want to say that I look at this situation as a stepping stone into the next one. So when I get to a certain level, or my artists get to a certain level, that they feel like they can continue, you know, themselves and do more with themselves, with or without my help. Like, I still want to make sure that once I get them to where they need to be, that I can personally, you know, strive forward, sit back and be like, yeah, we did this is done, you know. So we're at that level now where we don't have to actually have that conversation about what's the next move, you know. So a lot of shit I have that I'm currently doing planning for, that like I said, everybody knows I write everything down, as well as, you know, my way of doing things in its own. It's just like, it's different than what I had initially anticipated, and I can't really express too much, but I can express it, obviously, of course, but so enough beating around the bush. So I have currently done planning for the official Born Out of Control collective as a whole. I've done a bigger proposition for as a business acquisition that I've invested a lot of time and a lot of money into this, like, over the course of the last 2 years, that I've actually, I want to say I've invested at least, I think, At first it was $1,400, and as of now it's gotten to that degree of it's now almost $2,700 I've invested into this. So like I said, I'm putting a lot more of my money personally to it, you know what I'm saying? And I think that now that I'm at that degree where I can make more, I will continue to do that. So in accordance with the clothing line I'm developing as well, I'm now ready to say this, that I will be redeveloping my SoundCloud. So after the current releases that are scheduled to be on YouTube, I will not be as active on YouTube. I'm not switching platforms. I'm more focused on the advertisement and business side of the channel itself. So that being said, reconfiguring my SoundCloud, reconfiguring the BOC Labels channel, as well as recreating, like, just overall, like, while I will still be active on the channel, like, I will still be, checking to make sure everything is still set the way it's set. I, however, will not be physically, like, posting anything for an extended period of time, because I want to completely revamp my entire SoundCloud. If not, like, I want to redevelop it. I want to, because like I said, honestly, like, I felt like me just putting the link to my SoundCloud was completely pointless, because I felt like I wasn't posting anything on it. And then I pretty much just fell off of SoundCloud altogether, like, and I don't like that. So the label itself, I'm rebranding. The SoundCloud, I'm rebranding. My channel, I'm rebranding. And overall, it's gonna be ran like a business again. And because I feel like I've been focused on everyone else, and I've not put really much effort into doing anything for myself. Like, currently, I'm at that degree where I plan for the future. I've done enough planning, like, and it's time to move forward with it. Like, so many people don't fuck with me. So many people that do. It's at that degree where whatever, it is what it is. And another thing, so Lord Xavier has changed his name again. So he has changed his name to Big Boss, which is B !G and then BO $. So he changed his name again, and, like, obviously I have to work with that. I have to work around that. He also has a project on the way out that I'm currently doing the final edits for, which, like I said, that comes from also being a part of my SoundCloud as well, that I've reached out to a few of my affiliates to see if they choose to, adapt or, advance themselves in with me as well as a collective. So that's going to be a thing as well. Next thing, shortly after all of this has been finished, like I said, I will not personally be active on YouTube as frequently, but I still will post videos here and there just to, genuinely let y'all know how everything's going. I'm also developing my own vape juice, and while I have a concept for it, as well as, I want to hear that shit. I'm also developing a vape juice for myself, and, well, not for myself, obviously, like, I'm developing a vape juice for the company, for certain companies that I've decided to get more into, like I said, business acquisitions that could possibly lead, that just overall business avenues that I've seen in the past, do well. So that's another thing. And then like I said, I have releases between January and August of next year. So we're going to be doing that. As a lot of you know, Silence, RIP, he has his debut album that's supposed to come out next year, as well as a third installment of the, infamous, it's going to be, like I said, I never really talked about this, but there will be a third installment of Infamous, and we will be collectively collaborating on that again. We will be bringing that back to the way it needed to be. So that's a thing. No release window yet, but we'll work on it as we go by. So like I said, Lord Xavier's got a project, Silence got a project, and while all that is, like I said, I wanted to also make this announcement as well, that I will be starting my own beat collective, and the name of the collective is Vacant World Rejects. So it's basically a collective of, I want to say, a minimum of 5 people that I have spoken with about joining, not just the label, but joining as a collective. That they're also like, and as like I said, these individuals will come to the forefront. They will come to the plate at some point, that they just not at that point ready. So, and like I said, the first time I had this conversation about the collective, a possible joint collective, was I had this conversation a little bit before Christmas of last year with Silence, and we were talking, we were smoking, chilling, or whatever have you, and he brought up the concept of a beat group, kind of like on some 808 Mafia shit. So, and then I thought about it, because I was like, because he was like, oh yeah, bro, I'm down for it, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you and we already making heat, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that Silence still has beats that I have not put out yet, it also kind of makes that an even more interesting thing, because like I said, he still has plenty of shit that I haven't touched. Like, he's got at least another 100, like at least another 100.5 songs. Like besides the covers, he has original work, he has beats that he didn't put out. So overall, like, he has a collective that he hasn't finished, and a lot of them were done with me. So I think there's at least like 15 or 20 of them that he's done with me that we didn't put out. And because of, like I said, obviously the situation that had happened, I'm at that point where, like I said, I'm rebranding my entire SoundCloud, and I want that to be clear. Like, I've made that clear to, my artists as well. Like, if we're going to be in this, we have to be in this together. Like, it's no cuts, no giving. I've had that conversation with my cousin. He understood, but at the same time, he feels like, I won't say he felt some type of way, but I feel like he has a better understanding of where I'm coming from. So that's another thing that's going to be spoken about. So we have a lot of shit that we're going to be getting done. Well, I have a lot of shit to do personally, like. And as for the collective, I'm also looking for artists. If you would love to collab, we can definitely chop it up. You can hit my email at any time. You feel free to message me on Instagram, message me on Twitter, message me on Facebook, which is another thing that I'm also going to be rebranding. I'm going to be rebranding my Twitter account for, as an artist as well. I'm going to be redoing my channel, because it's, like I said, I have been inactive on that channel for so long. So, like I said, there's a lot to be spoke about, and there's a lot that I will be working on in the future, as well as, like I said, I will be branding quite a bit. Like I said, I've invested a lot of money into separate investments that I've put in a lot of money to. So like I said, I'm also, like I said, the Beat Collective, the third infamous album, Big Boss's next project, Silence next project, And then, like I said, that leaves me when, like I said, I know I've spoken about Vacant World so many times, like I can't even begin to express how many times I've spoken about this shit. But I decided to take the entire name of the album itself, and I've just decided to brand it. I want to make a brand out of it. Like, it might be different, you know what I'm saying? It'll be different, but shit is going to be the same when it comes to me. So, like I said, it's going to be something new, something fresh come 2020, and I can't wait. I can't wait to speak on that shit. Like I feel my blessings is coming, like, real quick. Like, we lost a lot of people this year. We lost a lot of people overall. And like I said, for me, like, it's almost been that time where I feel like everybody needs to come together, and I want this shit to come together. So like I said, we will do this, and I'm gonna do this as correctly as I can. And as long as I got y'all, I got my label, I got my fans and my friends behind me, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. So like I said, with that being said, I hope you guys, like I said, fuck with me in the links below. Like I said, we're gonna be getting into the real shit. Make sure y'all know that. Make sure y'all know it's actually Aim for Life. It's no promises. No, next life we ain't promised, but I know for a fact we good. We good here, and I'm gonna keep being good on this end until my son is fully fed. You feel me? And my son eat a lot. My son eat a lot. Okay, straight like that.